I'm going to give it to Gary because you brought up this topic of his wife. We're moving on from the Virgin Mary conversation, and then we'll go 3 minutes uninterrupted. Each person can make their argument, and then, if you can see, then I'll bring it back to him, and then we do it as many rounds as you guys need. But go ahead.
Well, it basically goes like this, man. If you're going to preach about Christianity and you're going to preach to others about what a good Christian is and how people should become Christians, then the way you live your life has a lot to do with it, because you basically have to do what you preach or you're a fraud. So here's what it comes down to, man. If you already made vows to a woman and you broke them and now you're with a different woman, a lot of Christians would consider that adultery. Quite frankly, your wife, and again, I have nothing against her. This has nothing to do with her personally. But the fact of the matter is, she has kids from 2 different men. 2 different people she took vows to and said, I will love you forever. And she has kids from those people's marriages. Now, you always talk about a nuclear family, sir. What kind of nuclear family is this? The nuclear family is the bedrock. Hold on, sir. The nuclear family is the bedrock of society. A mom, a dad, kids, not a Brady Bunch. Not an ex-wife and an ex-husband. They get a whole bunch of kids from different marriages together, and they think everything's going to be kumbaya. This is what destroys society from within. So if you actually want to be a good Christian or a good Muslim or a good anything, pick the right one the first time. Now, I'm going to make this clear. I'm a numerologist. I'm not divorced like you, brother. I'm not divorced like your woman, because I pick my my woman based off numerology and astrology. Come up here, baby. We're going to make this abundantly clear, okay? When it comes down to it, you have to understand that numerology and astrology is supreme. Numerology and astrology will tell you if you're picking the right woman or the right man if you're a woman. Not this Christian nonsense. You've already failed, sir. She has failed twice. You have failed once. Who knows? Maybe you got another fail in the future. I don't know. But all I know is I've been married to my baby for 20 years. And everything we do is based off numerology and astrology. And last point, I'm not raising someone else's kids as a numerologist. You are as a Christian. I yield my time.
All right, we'll put 3 minutes on the clock. It seems like this debate is more on ethics and
personal ethics.
Yeah, I guess.
At this point, yeah.
Andrew, we got 3 minutes on the clock for you, so you can
go ahead,
rebut
Andrew.
that.
Go ahead, Andrew. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Jesus Christ himself had a stepfather. I don't know why you think this is a dunk. Yes, of course. The ethical thing and the ethical purview to do is to try to take care and assist people can assist themselves. There's nothing within Christian ethics or Christian virtues which disallow from you marrying a woman who has children from previous marriages. There's nothing. There's nothing there. Which, dude, I didn't interrupt you. Don't interrupt me. None of that disallows it. Okay, so I don't even know where you're coming up with this. I think that what you've done is you've conflated me with like some kind of red pill bro, and you think that I'm some red pill content creator, but I'm not.
No, if you were
I follow the ideals. Stop talking, dude. Stop talking.
Don't worry, we'll add time.
Can't seem to help it spurred.
Add 15 seconds for Andrew,
within the purview of Christian ethics. Not only am I not doing anything wrong, but I'm doing everything. All you're doing is affirming I'm a good man. You're like, Andrew's a good man and takes care of people. Oh, I know. Terrible fucking Christian. Awful. I don't even know how this is a dunk. What you're also trying to do is you're also trying to placate ego and materialism by saying, look, I bought this chick for, $100 from whatever boom country you bought her from. And we have this wonderful, great marriage. And, I'm not raising anybody else's kids and blah, 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 blah. Facts. I'm a numerologist. Buy my shit. Buy my product.
I never said that.
The entirety.
I never said anything about buying anything.
I don't know why you're interrupting me.
About buying anything?
Why you keep interrupting me, bro?
Go, Gary. Don't worry. We're giving you an extra 20 seconds.
It's my turn.
You're good.
So the thing is like, for you to just say, well, what you're doing is anti-Christian. There's nothing anti-Christian about it. This is an old criticism. It never done anything to hurt me a bit. Most people have mixed families these days because, unfortunately, we had to go through the boomer generation, Gen X, this type of thing. You're dealt the hand that you're dealt. People have stepfathers. They love their stepfathers. People have stepmothers. They love their stepmothers. It happens this way sometimes. Is it optimal for society? No. Does it lead to a massive amount of degeneracy? Ultimately, if this is something which is a goal, this is, in other words, something you're pushing society towards, of course. But that has nothing to do with the personal situation of an individual person or individual circumstances, each of which should be assessed on their own merits within the confines of Christian ethics. So the only reason, by the way, you brought this in as a personal attack, and I understand why. Most of my critics usually will do this after they've lost a debate with me, and that's exactly what's happening now, just like it happened before.
When did I lose the debate?
Is that it, Andrew? Or
that's it?
You okay? Yeah. All right. You had a little bit extra time. We'll turn it back to you, Gary. I'll put 3 minutes on the clock.
Let's get started, man. We have a man here who failed in his first marriage, and again, this is a devout Christian man, and he married someone who has kids from 2 different men. So he's trying to tell you this is being a good Christian. This is being a good simp, okay? This is exactly what it is. This man is a simp, and he's trying to use religion as a clutch and a cope to cope for his simp. Sir, I never confused you for red pill. A red pill would never have someone like your wife who's been with 2 different men raising different kids, okay? So let's not have anyone confuse anyone with red pill here. You are a grifter. You are a religious grifter who is using it as a clutch to get people on your side, to get other Christians to like you, because even though I'm accused of being in a cult, the actual biggest cult in the world is Christianity. 2.3 billion people in this cult. But remember what this man just showed you. He can't prove Jesus is real by any stretch of the imagination. All he can tell you is, oh, well, if a whole bunch of people agree on something, that must be real. Okay, sir. Use that logic the same way you talk to women. This man will go on the whatever podcast. This man will go on Fresh and Fit and call people cucks when he's a simp himself taking care of other people. This is basically what he is. He's the fraud. He's been proving what he is. And at the end of the day, sir, this is what numerology got me, brother. You can say all you want, bro. This is a 40-year-old woman. You want to compare what as Christianity got you to what numerology got me? This is facts, sir. So again, you're a joke. You're being made to look like a joke right now. So you can keep simping the Christianity. You can keep grifting it. At the end of the day, sir, you go home to a ran-through woman with a whole bunch of different kids, and that's what you are. That's what your legacy is. So keep praying, brother, because they ain't gonna help you. I'll finish with this. 2,000 years, Christians have been saying Jesus is coming back. That means tens of billions of people alive have basically thought that Jesus is coming back in their lifetimes. That means tens of billions of people died fools. Jesus ain't coming back. I can't prove he didn't exist. I will give that to you. I can't prove he didn't exist. But you and everyone like you can't prove he did. In closing, my wife came here on a work visa. I found her 20 years ago. I looked at her birthday. I said, loyal woman who's going to be good at raising kids. And that's exactly what she does. Because you know what? Maybe to you, it doesn't matter that you raise kids that don't look like you. To me, it does. We ain't the same, bro.
All right. I'll put 3 minutes on the clock.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, I guess this will be the last one on this round, I'm guessing. And then what was the next topic that you guys want to hit with Christianity?
Yeah, okay, so now you guys, I did not interrupt Gary even once, right?
Yeah, and don't worry, if he interrupts you, we'll add time to your clock, so you're okay.
So imagine the yarmulke-wearing subversive over here pretending that he has kids that look like him. I'm sorry, sir, I just want to point out to you, the woman you're with, not the same distinguishing phenotypical characteristics that you have. So I don't know what you're talking about, first of all, with... did I interrupt you even once, Gary? Stop spurging, Gary. Calm down, Gary.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, you're not rich. You're a fucking fraud. You've been a fraud for years, and I have lists of all of the frauds in which you've conducted, which include your fake rings, which include your fake ties to the Trump administration, which you do not have. You do not have ties to the Trump administration. That's a lie. How do I know? Well, It's pretty easy to deduce because the people who are in the Trump administration have no fucking clue who you are, Gary. And they're definitely not taking numerological advice from you. That's for damn sure. On top of all of this, all that you have done is say, Andrew, because I can't defeat your arguments, I'm going to attack the fact that 20 years ago or 15 or whatever it is, you married a woman who had kids. So fucking what? That's not outside of the purview of Christian ethics, one. Doesn't prove anything. And then two, you also say that I preach. I don't preach. I'm not a preacher. I've never preached. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm a debater. I debate worldviews, and I debate subversive worldviews especially, but I don't preach to anybody. I don't know where the fuck you even came up with that. I don't have a ministry, and I don't want one. I'm sure I could have one, but I don't want a ministry. On top of all of this, your claims are actually quite weak, right? The only thing that you can say is like, well, if you have stepkids, you're a cuck. That would encompass so many people. It's unbelievable. And also logically, you would have to take the next step that if you adopted, you were a cuck, right? Which makes no fucking sense at all. If you were to take care of kids from like a brother or sister who died, you would equally be a cuck. Like all of these things you would have to give a semantic distinction why it's a different thing, right? Being a step parent is not evil, Gary. Now, when you're talking about optimals for society, I can talk about what's optimal. It is optimal to be in an intact nuclear family. Who would know that better than somebody who wasn't in one? You're saying that a person who wasn't in a nuclear family could never give a descriptor that being in a nuclear family was better? That's fucking stupid. That's dumb. That's like saying that former drug addicts can't tell people that drugs are bad. Like, of course they can. And those are the people you want to say it more than anyone. So I don't understand even the logic here. It makes no sense. But on top of all of that would be forgivable. Okay? All of it would be forgivable. If it weren't the case that I know you're just a subversive. That's it. And the only reason you're upset with me is because I'm vastly popular, and I'm going to continue to be vastly popular while you nip on my heels on fucking X like the fat, pathetic loser that you are, Gary. And there's nothing that you're going to be able to do about that. And the reason is because I am superior at debate. I'm superior at politics. And I have literally found you out and shown people that you are indeed a grifting fraud. And your numerology that you continuously claim has made you rich and has made you this and has made you that. Well, that's a fraud too. When you are put on the spot for your actual numerological takes, they don't even amount to anything. Like when you're talking about airplanes and this and that, 43 accidents, this is all bullshit. And people who watch this, even if they walk away thinking, that guy, Andrew, what a scumbag because he has stepkids, right? Or there was divorces in their past, right? Even if they all walked away thinking that, none of them are walking away believing in your fucking bullshit numerology, Gary. None of them.
So we'll give, let's put 4 minutes on the clock for Gary. Yeah. Andrew went over there, but it's fine. I didn't want to interrupt. Did you guys want to continue on with this or move to the next?
Let me respond and then we can move on.
Right. Okay. Who went first? Hold on, I wrote it down.
Gary went first.
Yeah, Gary went first on this one. So then, okay, whoever goes first gets the last.
Yeah, I need to respond to this.
All right.
Okay, let's start like this. You're pretty good at Drew Refresh. You know what's real. Does that look like a fake ring to you? In your vast expert opinion.
The weight is definitely there, but I would need a machine to verify everything, but it looks pretty real to me.
Okay. Now let's start with that. But Fresh, I never claimed that I know Donald Trump personally, did I?
No.
Okay. Did I say for about 3-4 months straight, I'm going to get you in Trump's inauguration?
Yes.
And was that a very difficult ticket to get?
Yes, I think 15.
Myron, when you were in D.C. with me, did I not offer to take you to Trump's inauguration?
Yeah.
Did I not have the tickets with me?
You did.
Okay. So again, I never said I know Donald Trump personally. I said I know people in his administration, which is what I do. And I got Liberty Ball tickets, which, sir, you might be a political commentator, but you weren't there. At least I didn't see you there. Fresh, did you see him there? I didn't see him there. But I saw a lot of people who actually mattered, but not you. So just the fact of the matter is, because I could actually get people at events, sometimes people who other people don't even want there, I can still get them in because I got pulled like that. So you might not believe it, but quite frankly, you don't matter. I got a bigger TikTok than you. I got a bigger YouTube than you. And by the way, I might be catching your heroes on X, which is because I've been suspended 24 times. I would have had 500,000 followers. It was taken from me. So congratulations. You beat me on an app that got me 24 times. Bravo, brother. Bravo. Now, this man basically attacked my character. Here's the thing. I don't care if he believes in numerology. He's a pleb. Okay, I don't expect to win the debates in the comment. I'm a Jew. Okay, let's face it, man. I'm not gonna win any debates in the comment area. I'm the dreidel spitter. We know that. So I'm gonna take an automatic L in the comments. It is what it is. Okay, so let's keep it real. We're not gonna judge it based off that. But here's the thing, my friend. I might be a dreidel spinner, but I married a virgin. What about you, my friend? Did your Christian values get you a virgin or someone who has ran through with kids? That's what the people here who are watching this debate need to think. Is his way of living better, or he has a woman who has kids from different men who he's raising, or is my way of life better? My kids actually do look like me, sir, because the fact of the matter is I would never marry an American whore. You did. I would never subject myself. And guys, if you're out there, these American women are no good. Just like Lenny Kravitz said, American woman, stay the hell away from me. This is why I married a Muslim woman, because Muslim women have low body counts. Your Christian women are, have more miles on it than the 1979 Mazda, bro. So you got to be real careful if you're going to go down this Christian route, because the Christian women, especially in the UK, America, all the Western society, they're cooked. Just like this motherfucker is cooked. Coming home, the kids don't even look like him. Yeah, you're better than me. In what fucking world, pal?
All right.
You concede?
Yeah. I guess unless Andrew has something that you want to go, then
yeah. So Christianity is not about the embrace of materialism.
Of course, it's not.
The idea that you think that happiness comes from something as vacant as pure materialism actually shows why the epistemology that I hold is superior. You would have to admit that just because you have money, that does not make you happy or content in life. And that the form that you have of epistemic nihilism actually leads to a purposeless life. For you, you say, even if, like you say, everybody walks away with your claims and says, you're right, this Andrew guy, this whole stepfather thing, this is bullshit. But the thing is like, just break it down logically. Let's say for a second I had no stepkids and married a virgin, let's just say. What would Gary's arguments then against me be? Nothing. His arguments would be nothing, because it would not prove numerology real, nor Christianity false. It also would not prove anything about my worldview being false. It does nothing to advance the cause of what I'm actually saying, or whether it's false or whether it's true. The reason that this is the attack vector is because Gary's stupid enough to believe that Christians are going to go, even though it's well within the purview of Christian ethics. There's not, like, the only thing you could say that I did wrong was that I took care of people who needed a father in their life. Like, what the fuck did I do wrong, Gary? What was so terrible about me doing that, Gary? Gary doesn't know. He just thinks it's a dunk to say, 3 baby daddies, divorce, oi. But the thing is like, Gary, ultimately, it doesn't matter. You haven't disproven a single position that I have, right? And even if my entire personal life was a fucking mess and I was a broken down, broke alcoholic like you want everybody to believe, you still haven't disproven a single fucking claim I've made. Not one. And I've disproven multiple of yours. So ultimately, if you think that people are going to walk away with already public information that already everybody knows, because I already talked about all of this on the very program you're on right this second, well, good luck, Gary. I don't know what it did for you, though. I don't know what it does for you.
Basically, proving someone's a fraud, proving that someone who goes on other podcasts and talks shit to women, calling other men cucks when he's a simp himself, taking care of other people's kids. That's who you
not
are.
What a cuck
That's
is,
who you
Gary.
are, sir.
Like,
You're
do
a
you know
simp.
what
I
a
never
cuck
called you a
is?
cuck. I said you're a simp. But you go
Yeah,
on
but,
other
but
programs.
so what would be the
and you
problem with
talk
me
down
calling
to other men?
Then
who
what
are
would be the problem
cucks
with me
and
calling them
simps,
cucks
and
who are
you're a
cucks,
simp
Gary?
yourself, sir. This is not what people like.
I don't understand. If you call someone a cuck, that has
people are
meaning,
not
right?
watching this program thinking, I want to be like Andrew Wilson. Quite frankly, maybe you should change your name to Joseph.
I don't ask him.
That biblical name fits you a lot better, Joseph.
I don't ask. Gary, do you think that people follow me because they want to model themselves after my personal
I would
life?
hope not.
No, they follow me because
not.
I make compelling and good arguments on behalf of a very coherent worldview and destroy leftist and scumbags and lunatics all over the internet like yourself and destroy their entire worldview, crush their epistemology, and prove exactly what they are. Even if my entire personal life was a disaster and I was a secret degen who did all sorts of horrible things, it would not disprove any of my positions, Gary.
Well, you can laugh all you want, but I think the people are laughing at you. Cuck.
Okay. Now I thought I wasn't a cuck a second ago. Now I am.
Let's talk about Christian women versus Muslim women versus Jewish women. Let's go down the road because let's see what kind of values these women have.
Before we do that, are you cool with that, Andrew? You want to go down and have a debate, I guess, on we're talking about like maybe the chastity of the different groups?
Of course.
Sure.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. We can dive into it.
Who wants to kick this one off?
I'll start.
You'll start? Okay. 3 minutes on the clock. And go ahead, Andrew. Oh, sorry, Gary.
One of the things I'm most proud of in life was I married a non-American woman. Because basically growing up in America, I seen what they are. They're ran through. I want nothing to do with these type of women. Okay? This is what I'm trying to tell you men out there. You want a foreign woman who doesn't have these values. But if America is a so-called Christian nation, and the UK is a Christian nation, and Canada and Australia, all of this Western society, where all these women wear their crosses and then have OnlyFans, we are to deduce that Christianity is either one, a failure, or two, leads women to become whores. One of the reasons I married a Muslim woman is not because I believe in Allah or their Quran or any nonsense like that. It's because I know that Muslim men have something called honor killings. I know that Muslim women have something, they will protect the virtue of their women, which is why I knew that if I picked a woman, it was always going to be a Muslim woman. Because to me, Andrew, maybe not to you, Joseph, but to me, a virgin was very important. I wanted to know I was the only one in there. Okay? Maybe that's not important to you. Maybe that's not important to the people who are watching this right now, but it was important to me. So at the end of the day, my friend, I couldn't pick a Christian woman because the Christian values is completely down the shithole. These women wear crosses and go on OnlyFans. So, my friend, I just wanted to ask you, why did you marry a Christian woman? Did virtue of a woman mean nothing to you, sir?
Yeah, so I'll respond to kind of all of this in sequence.
3 minutes on the clock for Andrew.
So
Good.
The first thing is like Gary's kind of right in some of this, but he's mostly wrong as usual.
Of course.
So I'll give him the granting of the things he's kind of right about. It is true that decadence has taken over most of the West, and there's all sorts of subversion inside of the West from a lot of this decadence. And there are a lot of people who use a self-identifier of Christian who are not Christian. I don't dispute that at all. That's a major problem. The thing is that inside the purview of Christian ethics, we're not going to behead you and things like this for wearing a cross while you do your OnlyFans. And we never really had to because we had the mechanism of public shame and public propaganda on our side in order to reduce these types of decadent behaviors from happening. This is exactly what myself and many others are fighting to move back towards. Now, it's actually secularism and the alternative to Christianity which started this, not Christianity. It was the secularists who wanted to make porn legal. It's the secularists who wanted to make feminism the staple law of the land. This is not Christian values, and Christians never embrace these values. This was a subversion which happened over about an 80 to 90 year period and is still going on to this day. And yes, it does need to be resisted. But when you're talking about Muslims, there's women who claim to be Muslims who are on OnlyFans. I don't know if you know this or not. I've debated with some of them right on Fresh and Fit. I don't know where you're getting this idea that this is only a Christian thing. This is regionally true even in Muslim nations. It just depends on the one that you're in. So some of what you say does have some validity and accuracy to it, but most of it actually doesn't have much validity and accuracy to it. And on top of all of that, if you think that virtue is only around the idea that a woman was chaste, not loyalty, not any of these the virtues are compounded. There's many, many different types of virtues which go into a person. It's not perfection. If it was perfection, your fat ass would have no virtues because ultimately, what you do, your whole worldview is designed around numerology. It's designed around taking materially from people and giving less value to them than you get. That is a complete materialistic and nihilistic worldview. And in the end, if you want to talk about karma, the karma that you'll get is self-imposed. It's not because the nature is going to come in, the laws of the universe, and destroy you because of this. It's because it's ultimately just a void and empty lifestyle. When you talk about virtues, virtue is not a single thing. Is chastity a virtue? Sure, I agree with you. But was I chaste when I met my wife? No. So that wasn't even a virtue that I held, nor do I think it was probably a virtue you held when you met yours, Gary. So the thing is like, again, the only thing you seem to be able to tie any facts to is the already publicly released information that I married a woman who had children. Oh my God, Gary. Oh, Gary. Oh my God. Oh. Gary went better, Gary.
All right. We'll put 3 minutes back on the clock. Do you guys want to continue on this thing
Yeah,
with women?
yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's get
And
started.
after we'll do a short break for super chats after this.
Okay.
Yeah, let me tell you, my friend, you're right. You know what? You're right. I am overweight. There's no doubt about it. I'm overweight. You know what's not overweight? My wife like yours. So again, here's what it comes down to. As long as a man has money, this can be overlooked. A woman being fat can never be overlooked. You're fucking married to a ran-through whore who has kids by another freaking man, and you're over here virtue signaling? Brother, no one is looking at me and talking about, yo, he has bad karma. Brother, you're the have the bad karma because you're taking care of kids who aren't your own. They're laughing at you.
How would that be bad
laughing
karma,
at you
Gary?
every single day because it is your duty in life. It is your karma in life to take care of kids who aren't his own. There's nothing that could ever get me to do something like
what's
that.
the karma, though, Gary?
You're taking care of kids who aren't your own, sir.
Yeah, what's the karma? Why would that be bad karma?
Why would that be bad karma?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Chat, you decide for yourself if it's
Can you
bad
answer my
karma
question, Gary? Why would that be bad
raise
karma?
another person's kids. We're not built the same way, brother.
Why would that be bad karma,
I
Gary?
couldn't
Can you
do
answer
it.
my question?
You might be a better man than me, brother.
Yes, that's true. That's why I can virtue signal, because I am a better man than you.
Outstanding. Outstanding. And you continue to be a better man when you wake up in the morning and feed and dress kids that you didn't create. I don't have that problem.
You realize that
man.
my stepkids are all adults and out of the house now, Gary?
Oh,
did you even know that? Do you know that I do have my own kids who live at home with me? Like, do you even know any of this stuff?
You actually fed kids that aren't yours. You
So
housed
what?
kids that aren't yours.
You wouldn't feed kids that weren't
You're a
yours?
sip. A woman used you for resources.
You wouldn't.
You're a
Wait,
sip.
Gary, can you
You're
answer my
literally
question?
a sip.
Are you
A
saying,
woman
Gary,
used you for resources.
Are you saying you wouldn't feed kids that aren't yours?
Not like consistently, no.
Why not?
Because I only feed my own kids.
Why wouldn't you? What's wrong with feeding kids that aren't yours?
Well, I'll tell you what, sir. If that is the life you want to live,
Can you answer my question, Gary?
If that is the life you want to live.
Answer
as a
the fucking question, Gary. What's wrong with
your
feeding
life
kids that aren't
way,
yours,
sir.
Gary?
I am not going to live my life taking care of other people's kids. You want to do that? Good for you.
Would you donate to
Would
you donate to charity?
Wouldn't do that either. You know why?
Would you donate to charity where they feed kids,
Of course
Gary?
I have. But here's the point: you are taking care of kids by a woman who was ran through by one man, ran through by another man, and you're the sip who's fucking paying the bill.
Oh, wow, she had a free body
Congratulations,
count.
sir.
Wow, it's so high, Gary.
Well done. Everyone wants to be like you.
Mine was way out of control, but yeah, I guess she got me. She had a 3, even though I don't even want to get into how many. But the point is like, dude, Probably you did too. Great,
No,
you bought
my
your
kids
chick
are all
from
my
some
own.
fucking country.
My
Great.
kids are all my own. I'll tell you what, if you're
Gary,
big at the
Gary, can you just
statistics,
answer my question,
how about
though?
we do DNA tests and
Yeah,
see how many of those
can you
kids are
just-
yours
can you-
and how many of those kids are mine? Would you like to do that?
Gary,
I'll be more than happy
Can
to.
you just answer my question? What's wrong with feeding kids that aren't yours? What's wrong with that? Do you have any moral objection to it
You
at
got
all?
your 3 minutes,
Do,
Andrew.
do I
Let's put
have
3
a
on the
moral
clock for Andrew.
objection to charity? No.
Yeah.
Do I have a moral objection to feeding kids consistently, day by day, week by week, year by year, being a simp for a woman? Yes, I do.
What makes one of those bad and the other one not bad?
Very simply, because a woman is taking advantage of you and your resources because she was a whore or a slut, and he basically has kids out of wedlock that someone didn't want to take care of. And guess what? There's always a simp like you who's going to take care of them. So congratulations. You're showing
Gary,
people what a
Gary,
good Christian man is.
What am I doing that's immoral, Gary?
What are you doing that's immoral?
Yeah, how is that immoral? How is it immoral for me to take care of children that aren't mine,
Is being
Gary?
a simp immoral? Probably not. Does it make you look
so
like
it's
a
not.
fool?
So you
Yeah,
can't.
it probably
you can't
does.
even say it's bad, Gary. You can't even say it's bad. That's how dumb your fucking position is.
Again,
that
this
at the end
man
of
is
it,
telling
after
you to
all the
be a simp.
bloviating, after
man
all
is
the
telling you
steam
to be
coming
a
out your
simp.
ears,
Remember,
you
see
can't
what
even
he's
say
doing?
it's bad,
He's
Gary.
telling you take care of other people's kids that aren't your own. Don't
Yeah,
be a
okay.
man. Be a simp. This
So
is
anyway,
what this man
can
is
I
telling
respond
you.
now, Myron?
Yeah,
Can I
I mean,
respond to all this shit?
This is your time. I mean, you guys were kind of going back.
Yeah.
and
So
forth
anyway,
now, but-
so this is really simple, right? He can't even tell you why it's bad. That's one. And two, I don't recommend for most men that they marry any woman who has children, because being a step parent is a very difficult thing.
like
But I
you
wouldn't
chose.
chastise them either for doing it. It's not a moral conditional that you say you fell in love with a woman who has children. That there's no moral conditional saying that that's wrong.
You
It's
couldn't
not
do any better,
more.
sir. That's all it was.
Gary, calm down.
You couldn't do
it's
any
not
better.
any more moral than falling in love with a woman who doesn't, right? But there's nothing that you could even say which is wrong, immoral, something like this about being a stepdad. The best you can do is cast aspersions and be like, "Oh, your wife's a whore. Oh my God, she's a whore." Based on what? Based on the fact that she was super loyal to two men? Right? Well, like, what the fuck is that? That's not whorish behavior. It's the opposite. On top of that, Gary, even if I were to even grant it, you still couldn't even tell me why that was immoral. Because from your view, there is no immoral. There's just fucking numbers and shit and weird shit. So ultimately, it's like you can make this attack over and over and over again. By the way, predicted it before I ever went live. I have it right here on the notepad for the audience to see. This is the debate. This is all Gary wants to do. Why? Because you think that somehow it punishes me. But it doesn't. This has, again, been out there for years.
Look at the chat.
Years.
So what's the
Getting
next
cooked.
topic? Did you guys want to go into more with the Christianity stuff, or
Yeah,
What was the next
Let's
one?
do a quick break for
Yes,
chats.
yes,
do
because
the
they're
chats.
piling up.
go ahead? You got this.
And
one,
Andrew
so
can
go
start the next one.
ahead. Okay. You don't got the what? You don't got them ready?
Oh. All right. Well,
I mean, okay, that's fine.
next topic then.
Yeah, we'll go to the next topic. The next topic. What did you want to discuss? with Christianity?
I want to keep going with the virtues of Christianity, because this is extremely important for people who want to decide if they're going to be Christians, if they're going to be Muslims, what they're going to do in life. Because listen, here's what it comes down to, man. The nuclear.
Hold on. Are you okay with that, Andrew?
Sure.
The virtue of Christianity. Okay, and then you're gonna. I guess you're gonna kick it off.
The nuclear family
Chris, can you hold
is
on for a moment?
absolutely broken. It's absolutely broken. And the thing is, when you look in the Muslim world, that nuclear family is not broken. The women are having 4, 5, 6 kids apiece. I mean, that's basically why the birth rates are going up. But in America and the UK, so-called Christian nations, the family unit is basically destroyed. We have a man here, and again, he's not the only one. He is 100% right about that. He's from broken homes. So basically, you have a woman who's came from a broken home, and you have a man who came from a broken home, and they came together to form a new union. The fact of the matter is this: that is not a real nuclear family. Once you have kids from a different relationship, that is not a real nuclear family. That's a foster care center. Okay? That's what it is. And I'm going to tell you guys, listen, accidents happen. People die. Circumstances happen. Yes, it is a good thing that those kids are being taken care of. But you know what is? what is also a good thing? When a man knows he's coming home and working for his own kids. To some men, that means everything. To some men, they basically want to get out and work as much as they want to provide everything for their wife, to provide everything. I'm going to say this. I'm not Christian. They call me a Jew, but I don't practice Judaism. I've never kissed a wall. Don't let them lie to you. I'm not a Mossad agent, whatever else they want to say. I am, above all, not just a numerologist, not just a millionaire, not someone who's connected. And by the way, he said that was a lie. By the way, you saw I was connected, correct?
That is correct.
So again, now you're questioning him as well. So at the end of the day, the number one thing I am is a father. Is an absolute father. The number one thing I am is the leader of my house. That's what I am. I have 2 kids. My kid's a valedictorian. I have a wife that she is still as gorgeous as the day I met her. So one thing I'd like to point out is, a lot of you guys marry women and then they have kids and they turn into fat slobs. Not me. I'm still showing her off all these years later. And guess what? If you're saying that doesn't matter, you're lying to yourself. Every single one of you guys are lying to yourself. So yeah, I have a big bag. Yeah, I'm going to shout it from the top of my lungs because no one ever helped me. I did it in a capitalist society like everyone else should. But I don't need Christianity, Judaism to do the right thing. I don't need them to say, oh, I'm not going to cheat on my wife. I don't need that stuff because I have enough morality of my own to know what is right and what is wrong. I don't need fear of a book that God is going to punish me. I already know what the real deal is.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Andrew.
Anyway, well, I don't. This is like just Gary's mental mind state, just assertion after assertion, no arguments, no nothing, right? Just
Christian
I'm
women
just,
are
I'm
whores.
just
That's
going
the
to
argument.
assert. Why are you interrupting me, Gary? Didn't say a word the entire time you were speaking. So anyway, it's just assertion after assertion. He's not actually saying anything to you. Let's correct the record on a few things. Christian ethics isn't telling you, and Christianity isn't telling you that you need to go marry a woman with children. It's not telling you need to marry a woman at all. It's not telling you which woman specifically you can have a preference for or not have a preference for. What it's allowing is it's allowing for the conditionals that if a woman has children, you can marry her. That's okay. And Gary's, by his own admission, he says, is it a good thing those kids are taken care of? He says, yes. He literally started this by saying that's a good thing. Now his moral claim has changed. Not only is it not a bad thing, but now it's a good thing. Now we've gotten into ought to because it's good. So Gary's own admission, not only am I not doing anything wrong, I'm doing something good. So that's what it's really funny. And then he strawmans and characterizes Christianity as being something which is making a determination or a dictation that you must do X. Christianity is not postulating that you must be a stepfather or stepparent. Many men have a preference not to do that. Who the fuck would ever tell them that was wrong or improper? They can have a preference for that. Also, he brings up Muslim nations and says that their birth rates are on the incline. They're not. They're on the massive decline. You should check Iran, for instance. Many Middle Eastern nations are on a massive decline. In fact, the only places really in the world where birth rates are increasing is in some parts of Africa. It is true that some of those are Muslim areas, but many of them are also Christian areas. So Muslim birth rates are in mass decline as well. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but also with Muslims, that is the case. So I just don't know what the hell he's talking about. You can go country by country by country, and this can be demonstrated pretty easily. So again, I don't know how this is a criticism of Christian ethics, when Christian ethics isn't saying that you must have a preference for any type of woman or ex-woman or whatever. Only that if she follows the same virtues and value structures that you do, you can marry her with the blessing of your priest and church. That's it. Who the fuck is telling you have to do these things? Nobody. Gary, on the other hand, is postulating you should be a numerologist. You should follow his system.
Yes.
He's going to get you rich. You're going to be rich. You're not going to get rich. What you're going to do is you're going to pay for a bunch of bullshit cold readings, and you're going to lose your ass, like many people already have. And you're not going to make any fucking money. The only person who's going to make money in the transaction that you have with Gary is one person, and that's Gary. Now, you know what's really funny? Me as a political commentator, the only person who's ever going to make money at my political commentary is also me. But at least I'm fucking honest about that. At least I'm honest about that. And I can guarantee you that I've given way more back to my audience than you fucking ever have in a million years. And on top of all of that, right, as if that wasn't bad enough, just try to remember this, that in this huge bill of sale that Gary's trying to kind of sell you, Andrew's a grifter, he's a this, he's evil, he's blah, blah, blah. Look at what he did with his wife, everything which is well within the purview of Christian ethics. Gary has not demonstrated any fraud on behalf of Andrew Wilson. He has not shown that I've ever taken a dime from anybody in an illicit or malicious manner, or a malevolent manner, or that I've never done business with anybody in a way which wasn't completely on the up and up. He's not demonstrated any of that. And yet the cases of Gary doing this are fucking innumerable. The amount of people that claim that this guy has huckstered them, defrauded them, or caused problems for them is enormous. Where are those cases for me, Gary? Where are they? Where's my victims, Gary? Where are they?
Where are mine?
Would you? Well, we can get into
where are my victims? Like, you don't have haters on Twitter? So do I, bro.
Wait, did I take money from those haters?
Well, let me put it like this, man. I have 5,000 students. I would say 99.9.5% are very happy with my services. Yes, you're gonna have people who are unhappy. I'm sure there's people you've ran into life that don't like you. So none
of them are saying that I defrauded them, Gary.
Well, I mean, listen, people frauds will say anything they want. I'm sure you heard that. You know,
nobody's saying in a very long, illustrious career so far on the internet.
Listen,
I've taken in a lot of cash on the internet, Gary. Not a single person has accused me of defrauding anybody.
I've taken millions and millions from people, and there's going to be put in the GG33.
I don't believe you have taken in
how
millions from people.
How about this? You know what? How about this? We can do a certain thing. So I can show Fresh, and then he can tell you. How about that? Would that be okay?
What does that do?
I'll show Fresh that I make millions, then he can say yes or no on it.
Yeah, but we can't. How do I verify that that's true?
How do I verify you have any kids that you're owed? What, we going to take DNA test, bro?
All right.
I mean,
hang on. You're the claimer here. You're claiming that you take in millions.
I take in millions.
Let's see it.
100%, man. And I'll be more than happy to show Myron and Fresh, and then they can go out afterwards and say that's true.
Well, you seem for a grifter, I must be really terrible at it, because there seems to be a very low list of people accusing me of defrauding them, and a very high list of people who claim that you have defrauded them.
Your life is a fraud. You go on other people's podcasts, call people cucks when you're a simp yourself, taking care of.
You're taking cuck care and simp. You can call me a simp, Gary, but you can't call me a cuck, and me calling someone a cuck isn't the same as calling them a simp.
You're talking shit to other men when you're a simp yourself. That's what's hilarious.
What's the hypocrisy, Gary?
What's the hypocrisy? You're taking care of kids.
But that's not cuckery by your own admission, Gary.
You are taking care of a ran-through woman. That is who you are.
Yeah, what makes a ran-through, Gary?
You couldn't do any better. I married a virgin. Let's compare what you did to me.
What is better?
You didn't marry no virgin. You married a ran-through woman. And
what is better? Can your woman even speak English?
If they want to be like you, so be it.
Can your woman even speak English?
So be it. You are a freaking fraud the way you live your life. No one is
How do I live my life that's fraudulent?
Because you go out there, you talk
I literally
shit.
was on that show,
and
Myron asked me about all.
Simp yourself.
Myron asked me about all of this, and I told him all of it.
You got the lowest hanging fruit when it came to a woman. And that's what you basically have to show out there, that you have a ran-through woman as your wife.
Where's the fraud, Gary? Where's the grift? I was on that very program with Myron and with Fresh. I explained all of this, everything you're currently talking about. I did it all live on air. Where's the fraud, fuckhead?
The fraud is very simple. Don't go out there and call other men cucks when you're a simp. You're not living your life right.
You can call men cucks who are engaged in cuckoldry.
Other men?
I'm sorry. Do I let other men purposely fuck my wife? No, that's a cock, dude. What are you talking about?
You actually want to project the way you talk to your wife, and you go on whatever and talk shit to women because you're projecting what you want to say to your wife.
So you're a feminist now? That's the feminist critique. That's literally what every feminist critique of me is, Gary. Now you're a feminist?
I mean, I'm telling you what it is, man. I'm telling
Andrew.
You what it sounds
you really wish you could just lay into your own wife, Andrew.
I know.
Now you're a feminist, bro?
I'll tell you, I'm never a feminist, but I'll tell you what, bro. I never would be stuck with the ran-through fat broad you have.
Okay.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
gonna-
you're stuck with a Malaysian non-English speaking box order bride.
baby,
Shut up,
baby, come
Gary.
here. They
Nobody's
say you don't
buying your
speak English.
bullshit,
Come here.
Gary. That chick looks like she's a fucking piece of chewed up bacon
Yeah,
and that's been left
okay.
on the side of the fucking
You
road,
have a
dude. What are you
fat-ass
talking about?
cow as a
why,
wife
why
who has
are
different
you?
kids
Why,
from
hang on,
different men.
Gary?
You wanna
Why,
talk to
why
me?
is it that you feel so justified in
Because I'm better than you.
seeking
in every single
attack?
way, I'm better than you. Baby, they say you can't speak English. Say hi to Andrew or say hi to Joseph.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
I can barely understand what you're saying. Can you say it again?
Joseph,
Hi,
say hi to Andrew.
Hi, Joseph or Andrew. How are
Yosef?
you?
Who the fuck is Yosef?
Well, that's who you basically.
It doesn't sound like the English to me.
Joseph,
What's Yosef?
Joseph is the guy in the Bible who was
What's
taking care of
Yosef,
other
bro?
people's kids. So I thought I'd give you a Christian name that fits your values the most. So you will be forever be called Joseph Wilson from now on.
Oh no, you're going to name me
Congratulations.
after one of the finest patron saints of the Orthodox Church. Oh my
Outstanding,
God.
brother.
Yeah.
Keep taking
Oh
care
my
of all
God,
the
you're
other
going to
kids,
compare
bro.
me to the
You
Father
keep
of Jesus
doing it.
Christ. Holy shit, Gary. You're really dunking on me today, brother. Wow. You're really getting me with these zingers.
The Sip of the Year
Okay.
award goes to
All right.
Joseph Wilson. Congratulations,
I
sir.
think we've made the point very clear. Your stances on
Yeah, we're
each
good,
other.
man. We're good.
So we'll do some chats here as we got the girls show coming up as well.